who would win in a battle between Superman Shazam versus Thor Hulk. As we all know, Superman's rebirth, the outcome of a battle between Superman and Shazam against Thor and Hulk, depends on many factors, including the context of the fight. But first, let's learn about Superman. Before we dive deep into the analysis, hit the subscribe button and remember to enable notifications by clicking on the bell icon. Superman, using only 75% of his power, was able to move the massive Earth weighing 5.972 sextillion tons, a phenomenal feat. The New 52 version of Superman bore the weight of the Earth for 5 consecutive days, only breaking a sweat, and he even longed to do more. Post-crisis Superman not only withstood a black hole but bore its full, terrifying weight, unlike Gladiator, who merely tore it apart. Just a tiny speck of dust from that black hole weighs 3 times the mass of the sun, equivalent to 2.856 undecillion tons, a number with 36 zeros. But Superman's feats don't end there. Like a god of infinite power, he used his strength to pull an entire galaxy, gathering planets and moving them from a dying galaxy to another, saving billions of lives across the vastness of space. Superman also faced Mageddon, a being more massive than 1,000 suns and powerful enough to destroy half a galaxy. Despite being weakened by the anti-sun emitted from Mageddon's forehead, he still used his strength to drag the entity, continuously resisting its immense weight and the looming danger. The New 52 Superman, in another moment, lifted Brainiac's mothership, a colossal vessel 63 to 64 times the size of Earth, with help from Martian Manhunter. Even more impressive, Superman attempted to lift the Book of Infinite Pages, a mystery no one dared to touch. While Ultraman reached the last chapter of that book, called the Book of Infinite Pages, he discovered that, though its chapters were finite, the last one held infinite pages. Even Superman and Shazam tried to lift the book, but their combined strength wasn't enough to overcome its supernatural weight and mystery. They could read its pages and hear the stories as if Superman himself were narrating them, but to read the book, you must lift it. Superman and Shazam attempted this, but couldn't hold it long, not due to lightning's interference or lack of strength, but because of the lightning's immense power. Did Superman give up? No, he did not. He cared more about Billy than anything else. It was Shazam who gave up, not Superman. Many misunderstand the number of books we have. A quote in the panel clearly states that it contains every possible book that could exist across the multiverse, making it infinite. Superman briefly lifted infinity itself, but even half of infinity is still infinity. Superman and Wonder Woman together lifted the spectrum, who bears the weight of the conscience of all living beings throughout eternity. Some argue that eternal time has no real-world weight, but in the comic universe, it carries immense weight, so much so that Superman and Wonder Woman once had to lift eternity. They didn't slow Spectre, in fact, they were carrying that divine weight, their bodies glowing with a mysterious green light. Superman even pulled Highfather's staff and dragged Darkseid out of the source wall, a place said to hold unimaginable power far beyond comprehension. Superman didn't stop there. He lifted a black hole, a star, and a pocket dimension, all of which have infinite mass. In a recent comic titled Man of Tomorrow, Superman attempted to lift the weight of heaven, a mass so vast that it cannot be measured or even estimated by any three-dimensional scale. In the battle at Worlds at War, the sun-dipped Superman achieved nearly infinite power when Clark faced and overcame the challenge of Imperiex Prime, the embodiment of the Big Bang, a sentient force considered limitless. The planet containing the original Big Bang's mass had the mass of a universe. Considering the equivalence of mass and energy in EMC2, Superman was essentially pushing or lifting a universe's mass. With 4 infinite lifting feats, this means he can quantify infinity on a 3-dimensional scale, and 2 feats of immeasurable lifting, meaning they are too vast for our limited human minds to comprehend. Superman's attack power is not something to be taken lightly, as he can easily destroy asteroids threatening Earth. He once claimed that his punches could split the moon or shatter small planets with a single strike. He punched Wonder Woman from the sun to Earth at near light speed. Superman punched HL with such force that the shockwave from the punch could be felt from Earth's core all the way to the Watchtower. When discovering that Lex Luthor was president, he flew through a moon. Superman destroyed a dark moon with a single punch of infinite mass. He tore through time and space, shattering countless illusions in reality. Superman delivered a powerful blow to Rogol-Zar, generating enough force to shake an entire dimension universe. Furthermore, he unleashed a punch on God Brainiac with such devastating power that every Brainiac in the multiverse was knocked down by the catastrophic impact. This explains the multiverse effect, causing all alternate versions of Brainiac to fall. That punch didn't just affect one dimension, but extended to all dimensions across the DC universe. Perhaps one of Superman's most impressive feats was his battle against Superboy Prime. Their punches were so powerful that they could alter the fabric of countless universes of the multiverse, encompassing all of space and time. Was almost destroyed, and the only reason it wasn't completely obliterated was due to Wonder Woman's timely intervention to protect it. This great feat of Superman appeared in Justice League 25. Superman flew through a sun at a speed far beyond anything we can imagine and passed through every other sun in just a few nanoseconds, a billionth of a second. This shows that if he stayed in a single sun for just a few seconds, the impact would be similar. With a single punch, Superman took down the World Forger, a being with power beyond the multiverse, and simultaneously shattered the 6th dimension, the highest and most powerful of all dimensions. Even during the Silver Age, Superman could still move the Earth with just 75% of his strength. Shazam, often considered Superman's equal in physical strength, has faced off against the Man of Steel multiple times. While many acknowledge that Shazam may not be as strong as Superman at his maximum potential, there have been times when Shazam's incredible power has caused Superman to struggle. At his peak, Shazam possesses immeasurable strength in both lifting and combat, though the specifics of his achievements, which go beyond three-dimensional understanding, remain mysterious. One thing is clear though, with the strength of Hercules flowing through him, Shazam is more than capable of standing shoulder to shoulder with Superman. Meanwhile, Thor, the god of thunder, easily pushed a weight of 1 million tons. One of Thor's most remarkable feats was when he lifted the Midgard serpent, a massive creature larger than Earth, although only half the size of the planet itself. The serpent weighed approximately 2 sextillion tons, and this remains one of Thor's greatest accomplishments. Not only that, Thor once bore the weight of 20 planets at once at colossal force, exceeding 100 sextillion tons. This achievement truly showcases the terrifying power of the god of thunder. He also tore through millions of tons of Earth and alongside Beta Ray Bill, lifted the entire kingdom of Asgard during a crisis. Please subscribe to our channel, it would help us immensely and you'll get to enjoy amazing videos every day. You are awesome and thank you so much. When faced with the overwhelming gravity of a neutron star, Thor didn't flinch, even delivering a powerful punch that cracked space itself. But perhaps Thor's greatest feat was when he pushed Yggdrasil, the world tree containing countless universes and realms, while in a weakened state. This was not only a colossal achievement, but one that transcended three-dimensional space, so much so that even Thor's critics couldn't deny his greatness. Additionally, Thor has managed to keep up with Hulk for an hour-long fight, a feat that might not involve weightlifting but deserves recognition for battling Hulk continuously. Thor also has the ability to activate Warrior's Madness, a state that makes him 10 times stronger than usual. These are some of Thor's greatest feats. At his maximum, Thor's power surpasses imagination, not just stronger than a planet or a galaxy, but beyond the solar system. With the power of the World Engine, Thor approaches near infinite strength, beyond any measurable limits in the universe. He once endured the immense weight of a neutron star while being tortured by Corvus Glaive. To understand this power, just consider that an average neutron star weighs 100 times more than the sun, vastly surpassing the mass of our own star. Compared to Hulk, who has withstood a massive weight that could be around 100 times the mass of the sun, this is indeed an impressive feat. Hulk has also supported the core of a black hole, a mass so unimaginable, roughly 278.46 million times the mass of the sun, far surpassing what a neutron star could reach. Furthermore, Hulk once held up a mountain range weighing 150 billion tons, another monumental achievement. This feat stands out as one of his greatest accomplishments. Hulk once stopped a volcanic eruption with his bare hands. He even shattered an asteroid twice the size of Earth with a punch. Not only that, Hulk destroyed adamantium, the strongest metal in the universe, though I believe it wasn't pure adamantium. He also defeated Gladiator, a clone of Superman. In his world breaker state, each simple step Hulk took could destroy continents. Most notably, Hulk punched through time itself, a mind-blowing feat that places Hulk in a class of his own. But, as we all know, the angrier Hulk gets, the stronger he becomes. Some argue that if Hulk gets angry enough, he could surpass Superman, but that is completely wrong. Just as Hulk's anger fuels his strength, Superman only needs to dip below a yellow sun, a blue sun, a white dwarf star, or even a quasar every second there would make Superman stronger and more powerful. Thor and Hulk are engaged in a fierce battle in the heart of Paris, France. Their punches collide with devastating force, sending shockwaves across the planet, even echoing throughout the universe. Superman and Shazam feel the intense tremors and without hesitation fly directly toward the fight, unaware of what is happening. Upon arrival, Shazam asks in confusion, "What's going on here?" Both Thor and Hulk pause, glaring at them for 5 seconds, their eyes like a brewing storm. Shazam repeats the question, but before he can finish, Thor coldly throws Mjolnir at his face, and Hulk immediately launches a brutal flurry of punches, pounding Shazam relentlessly. As Hulk continues his wild assault, Superman suddenly appears, using his heat vision and delivering a powerful punch to Hulk's chest, causing the giant to roar in pain and be knocked back. Thor looks at Superman, his voice filled with challenge. "Tell me, Clark, have you ever faced an enemy as strong as me?" Superman calmly replies, "I've defeated them easily, and you will be one of Odinson's next targets." Thor summons Mjolnir back to his hand, a cold smile forming on his face. "We'll see soon enough," and he signals Hulk to prepare for the next round of battle. Shazam sprang to his feet, showing no signs of injury, charged at Hulk, and threw him into the ocean. The water instantly turned green as Hulk leaped out, enraged, and slammed Shazam back into the sea. Billy burst out of the water, landing a series of powerful punches on Hulk's chest, mimicking the way the Green Giant had done earlier. Hulk crashed into a nearby building, causing it to collapse. As debris rained down, Shazam flew through it unscathed. Hulk, now furious, charged at Billy with unrestrained rage, but Billy dodged and retaliated with 25 consecutive punches to Hulk's face, each one echoing like thunder in the sky. Meanwhile, Thor had gained the upper hand against Superman, swinging Mjolnir directly into the Man of Steel's face, drawing blood. Without hesitation, Thor unleashed a barrage of heavy punches, sending Superman flying all the way to Kansas. However, Superman quickly got back on his feet, only to be met with another powerful punch from Thor, this time right to his face. Clark realized that the opponent before him might be the most formidable he had ever faced. and just as Thor was about to land another blow. Kal-El reacted faster, counter-punching and grabbing Thor, hurling him into space in less than an attosecond 1/quintillionth of a second before slamming him down onto the moon. Thor, dazed but unfazed, swung Mjolnir around as he searched for Superman. In an instant, Superman appeared out of nowhere, delivering a direct punch to Thor. But Thor was far from defenseless. He grabbed Superman by the neck, and the two continued their fight, each punch resonating like a furious storm. For 5 long minutes, they traded blows that echoed through space until Superman finally gained the upper hand, launching Thor down to Jupiter. Superman wasted no time, speeding toward Thor to deliver a decisive blow, but Thor dodged easily. The Thunder God immediately countered with a flurry of strikes, punches, kicks, knees, elbows, and even blasts from his mighty hammer. Superman, face bloodied, shook his head, then clenched his fists with renewed determination. He charged at Thor at speeds beyond light MFTL, grabbed him, and punched him into the sky, just like he had done to Doomsday in the past. Shazam and Hulk's battle raged on with no clear victor in sight. However, the Green Goliath was becoming increasingly savage, and Shazam began to realize the danger. After a 10-minute struggle, Hulk finally gained the upper hand, landing 2 massive blows that sent shockwaves directly into Shazam's face, knocking him backward. But Shazam didn't back down. He stood up to face Hulk, who was gearing up for a final blow. Hulk swung with such force that buildings around them crumbled from the sheer power of his punch. He then pummeled Shazam's stomach once, twice, 3, and finally 4 times before hurling Billy into the air, jumping up to meet him and delivering a crushing blow to his back, sending Shazam crashing to the ground with a thunderous explosion. Hulk approached mercilessly, but Shazam counterattacked. He shot into the sky with blinding speed, unleashing over 10,000 punches per second for 34 seconds straight, with the final punch slamming into Hulk's face, driving him deep into the ground and creating a massive crater. Not wasting the opportunity, Shazam lifted Hulk and roared 3 times, calling upon the lightning of Zeus. Divine bolts of lightning struck down, causing Hulk to scream in pain as his body was engulfed in blue light. Without hesitation, Shazam and Hulk clashed again at breakneck speeds. Their punches were so powerful they created shockwaves even more intense than Thor and Hulk's earlier battle. Both fighters were bleeding profusely, their breathing ragged and their strength visibly waning, yet their will to fight remained undeterred. Shazam started to realize Hulk's terrifying ability to recover, but before he could react, Hulk grabbed him and slammed him into the ground 15 times. However, on the 16th, Hulk reversed the situation, grabbing Shazam and slamming him hard into the earth. Hulk showed no mercy as he began pounding Shazam relentlessly until Captain Marvel had no choice but to shout Shazam once more. Lightning struck Hulk's back, making him roar in pain, but it didn't stop the Green Behemoth's rampage. Captain Marvel, now severely injured, with a broken right arm and a bloody body, still couldn't give up thanks to the wisdom of Solomon. As Hulk stood up, Shazam used every bit of his remaining strength to deliver a powerful punch, sending Hulk flying all the way to China. Shazam followed at lightning speed, landing a flurry of punches, kicks, and sharp elbows for 2 minutes straight, giving Hulk no room to counter. When Hulk tried to grab Shazam, he was met with a punch to the chest. Billy lifted him up, flew into space, and threw Hulk back to Earth with enough force to create a massive crater, burying an entire building beneath the green monster. From above, Shazam descended, grabbing Hulk by the throat and lifting him up, his rage so intense it triggered earthquakes across China. But after a moment of dizziness, Shazam let go of Hulk. He charged again, lifting Hulk and slamming him into the ground once more. However, Hulk quickly regained his strength, pummeling Shazam relentlessly, each punch a reminder of the time he had crushed Loki and Thor in the MCU. Hulk gradually gained the upper hand, with each punch draining Billy's strength. As Captain Marvel attempted to call upon the lightning with Shazam for one final counterattack, Hulk moved with lightning speed, seizing him. With a brutal twist, Hulk hurled Billy into the ground with devastating force, leaving Shazam helpless. In the decisive moment, Hulk reached out, grabbed Billy by the throat, and snapped his neck with chilling ease like breaking a twig. The sound of Shazam's neck breaking echoed coldly as his body went limp, and his head separated from his body. Hulk roared in victory, his eyes filled with fury as he watched the wizard's body disintegrate under his unparalleled power. Superman and Thor, meanwhile, continued their earth-shattering battle, each punch, kick, and strike unleashing power beyond comprehension. Both had pushed their bodies to the limit by enduring devastating blows without faltering. As they locked hands in a test of strength, nearly an hour passed without either gaining the upper hand. Superman decided to unleash his heat vision at maximum intensity, a radiant beam stronger than anything he had used before, surpassing even the time he fought Brainiac. Thor screamed in agony as the heat vision exploded with terrifying power, transcending multiversal boundaries, capable of sealing dimensional rifts in the 4th dimension and rivaling Darkseid's Omega beams in attack, capable of wiping out entire universes. But Superman wasn't finished. He combined heat vision with freeze breath, simultaneously freezing Odinson in place. As Thor broke free from the ice, Superman charged with a devastating punch, sending Thor flying off Earth all the way to Ice-Cutie, while Mjolnir fell to Jupiter. After delivering this destructive blow, Superman collapsed to the ground exhausted. The heat vision had drained much of the yellow solar energy from his body, and he needed to recover. Superman then flew at MFTL speed straight to the blue sun, immersing himself to replenish his power. Meanwhile, Thor, disoriented and unsure of where he was, shook his head before letting out a furious roar. He extended his hand, calling Mjolnir, and the legendary hammer instantly returned to him. Thor began spinning Mjolnir in his hand, flying across space, searching for Superman but finding no trace of him. For over 20 minutes, Thor frantically checked everywhere around him, but the Man of Steel seemed to have vanished without a trace. Thor's rage boiled over, and in his fury, he did what he always restrained. He unlocked Warrior Madness, a terrifying power he only unleashed when all limits were broken. The moment Thor did this, a supercharged Superman, now powered by the blue sun, came hurtling toward him like a cosmic lightning bolt. Clark grabbed Thor by the neck, slamming him through the entire universe in one devastating blow. For over half an hour, Superman relentlessly attacked, each punch and kick leaving a powerful mark. Thor threw a punch carrying the strength of the entire universe, but Superman didn't flinch, countering with a strike containing the power of the multiverse. Clark then used his heat vision, a searing beam shooting out, but Thor managed to dodge only to be grabbed by Superman, who began smashing Thor down as Hulk had done to Shazam. Superman mercilessly pounded the God of Thunder without restraint. Thor, however, did not submit easily. Fueled by the frenzied power of Warrior Madness, he grabbed Superman and unleashed a terrifying counterattack that lasted 5 minutes, pushing his opponent into a corner. But the battle wasn't over. The two locked into another brutal arm wrestling contest, this time lasting over 40 minutes, yet the outcome remained uncertain. Superman, determined to end the fight, struck Thor into the ground with such force that it broke the Thunder God's arm. Clark didn't stop there. He headbutted Thor directly in the face, shattering his facial bones, causing blood to spill down Thor's chin. However, Superman wasn't unscathed. He was bleeding all over as well. In a desperate moment, Thor unleashed the God Blast, one of his strongest attacks. Instantly, Superman retaliated with the most powerful heat vision he had ever used, with both heroes pushing their cosmic abilities to the limit. Superman unleashed an even larger heat vision than before, far surpassing what he had used against Brainiac. Though they fought for a long time with equally balanced cosmic strength, Superman's heat vision ultimately prevailed, striking Thor directly in the eyes, expanding the thermal wave to a level Thor could no longer withstand. Thor collapsed to the ground, exhausted. Superman approached, lifting Thor up, looking him straight in the eyes, and said, "You are the toughest opponent I've ever faced." Without hesitation, Superman crushed Thor's skull, ruthlessly ending the God of Thunder's life, leaving his body shattered and scattered everywhere. What do you guys think? We'd love to hear your opinions. Thanks for watching. That's the video for today, and we'll stop here. Thanks again.